Sit again and get drunk. Hey, ping that open. Call them up. What I need some motherfucking Hennessy. Wu-Tang got mansions in the hills. Whole squad thick, whole squad paying bills. Ready met on hot wheel, bumping down sunset. La Meridian, Scott Baldwin. What is this? My eye. Getting caught up in the seat. Look at Jay-Z. At the start of the swap meet, Memphis police and Teddy Khaki.
I'm coming.
Real niggas get passes sometimes. Out of bounds in the land of the sunshine. Even Biggie said he was coming back, coming back. And even if he did, we'd accept it because the nigga's black. He bleeds like us. Jimmy being scared of a nigga that breathe the same air as me. What? You bleed just like us. Was a song I did bump on blocks and beaches with beat in my trunk. Night and day. Where 80% of the population gangbang. Some of y'all hate, but I know y'all got to love LA. Yeah, night and day. Y'all can play with gangsta stuff. Some of y'all hate, but I know y'all got to love LA. Night and day. Y'all can play with gangsta stuff. You can catch LL at Venice Beach on Sundays, catching sun rays, eyes playing this little game like watching ass sway back and forth. Knocking the most stripes on my coat, a bragging boast. Let's go. Jennifer Lopez and Buffy at Miyagi's eating sushi. Now, tell me, what else did your eyes see? A lot of other coast niggas pass through frequently, and it's cool cause y'all pay dues and I pay them too. Some of y'all hate, but I know y'all got to love LA. Yeah, night and day. Y'all can play with gangsta stuff. Some of y'all hate, but I know y'all got to love LA. In the land of the sunshine where bitches have good times, palm trees and sea breezes, and I'm out to find a fly, so I can try my new Mac lines. You seen the locks? Yeah. Ludacris? Too short? Yeah. That's my dog song. I did a rap with him to increase my dough. Was he dope? Yeah. Is he fake? No.
Check it out.
Gang bang, hot 6, 4 or 5 deep, 3 or 4 whole night and day. With 80% of the population gang bang. Some of y'all hate, but I know y'all got to love LA. Yeah, night and day. Y'all can play with gangsta stuff. Most of y'all hate, but I know y'all got to love LA. In the land of the sunshine with bitches.
All right, enough clowning around. So, you know, I have to make this video because, you know, at a time like this, and people are like trying to be sincere and trying to get some real information and some real understanding of the current events that has come upon us, right? People are playing and spinning wrong narratives. So let me clarify, and I was just compelled to do that. I said, I'm not playing with these dudes. These dudes is out here playing still, and I'm not talking about you, Taharka, right? And I just have to correct some narratives. You know, I have to give you understanding because you may not have understood what you was watching when you was watching Moorish World TV. Even Taharka, the host, may not have understood what he was watching when he was watching Moorish World TV. I mean, not watching. He wasn't even watching. He was a damn host. What's up, man? Can y'all hear me, first of all? Let me see. How do I get y'all to see if y'all making comments? You know I'm old and shit. Anyway, so Taharka may not even understand the conversation that's going on or the history behind it. So I feel compelled that I have to come here and clarify for you guys and bring it all together what happened on Moorish World TV today with Enqi and Ankh and Taharka and the Saneter discussion and just everything. But I'm not going to go too deep. I'm going to be real brief this time because I only came on to clarify so you guys can get an understanding and you can be like, oh, well, that's why. Oh, because Enqi kind of plays games, so you can't totally believe Enqi, right? And Ankh is tricky, but Ankh don't play as many games as Enqi do, but they have different personalities. So, Enqi, I'm not going to listen, bro. Listen to it. When I made a video today, Enqi, listen here. I'm trying to keep some peace, Minister Enqi. Don't force my hand. You were doing good yesterday, bro. You did good yesterday. You did a marvelous job. That's why I gave you a shout out and some praise. But you know, me and you have never vibed like that. You know, let's just be real. You know what I mean? We totally disagree scientifically, historically, all around the board. We disagree. It's not a secret. So, you know, Enqi, I've been everywhere since day one. Now, you guys can talk to all these new people who've come along over the years and shit. And, you know, so that's why I'm here to clarify. But, you know, when Ankh was around and I knew Ankh and I was around in Blog Talk Day stuff, you weren't always around. You was in New York, but I'm in West Coast, so I can't speak for what you was doing. But when I was engaging with Ankh, you came along later and then I heard about you. So I've always been there for day one. So whatever y'all saying and talk about, trust me, people, it don't get by Chief X. So I'm your intermediary to clarify this shit unbiasedly. I'm not going to clarify in favor of me or me. This is for the people right now. Enqi, fuck us, fuck me, fuck Ankh, fuck everybody. Let's get this information out here. And the truth. Right? So, Enqi, I've been here since day one. Stop playing. Now, I gave you praise, and I started off saying today, when I gave you praise, Enqi, you get a reprieve. A reprieve means I've always have been on your ass. I've called you a scammer. I've called you all this kind of stuff, okay? But I don't want to really get into that, and I don't want you to force my hand because we have a bigger mission right now. We don't want another little girl to be raped or perhaps killed one day. Okay, that's like a serious thing. So you have a job right now, Enqi. Let me box you in, bro. Here's our deal, Enqi. Cause let me just let you know. Let me just lay this down. I'm not gonna trip. I'm trying to vibe with you, and you are here to give this information. That's it. Be aware. What you've said already, which is a beautiful thing yesterday, that I consider that what he did a deed for justice. You did that shit, Enqi. So, this is why I'm saying you get a reprieve. I'm going to give you a temporary pass. This is what I'm saying. I start off saying this. Because me and you know. So, since in my heart, I'm going to tell you where I'm coming from, just straight up, just to be real with you. From my point of view, I consider you did a deed for justice yesterday. That was amazing information you gave us, and you opened our eyes to a lot of things. Over the years, the thing that you guys spoke about for that 2 hours, it made me hit and say, damn, oh yeah, damn, oh yeah, damn, oh yeah. You put a lot of the pieces of the puzzle together for a lot of people, Enqi. So you did a good deed for justice. Okay? So that's why I'm saying words like reprieve. You get a temporary pass. Now, here's our deal. Let me put you in a box if you don't know where you at. In exchange for you blessing the community with this, for lack of a better word, insider information, for exchange for that, that's why you're getting a reprieve. For exchange for that, I will never go in on you with what I think I can destroy you and make you look extremely bad. You know how I get down from what you've given us yesterday. For exchange for you giving us the tea and the insider look, how you feel and what you think about the situation, the family life. the teachings of polygamies and how certain people feel. We need the tea, Enqi. So in exchange for that, I vow to never go in on you as a man of integrity. Because since you gave something, I will give something. But I want to so bad, but I'm a man of integrity. Since you give us something, I should honor that and respect that and not be harsh on you, because you did give me something that was valuable yesterday. You understand what I'm saying? So make sure you mail them people they shit like you said today. Don't play, Enqi. You're in a box right now. All these people tuned in yesterday and loved what you had to say. Now, you have some haters, but I'm not going to hate on you on this one because you did a good deed for justice. But don't get all out of character like you were doing today. I'm still a science guy. Now, I'm going to say something in the defense of Ankh today, which Ankh would never in his wildest dreams do for me. But I'm more of a man of integrity than Ankh. So I'm going to do a little covering for Ankh and dispel some shit here. Ankh wouldn't do it for me, but I'm a better man than Ankh. Even because I always tell, damn, did I go off? We back, we reconnected. So I always tell people, even if I dislike someone or can't stand someone, I can't stand polite, I still won't lie on them. I don't need to do that. I always say I don't tell a lie, I tell the truth. I'm a righteous man. These are my words I always say. Okay? So when I see people putting out misinformation, I have to correct it for the people. It's not about me, you, or Ankh or any of this right now. I may cover for Ankh right now because it's a bigger thing at stake. But I'm going to get on your bitch ass too, Ankh. But I'm going to give you a little reprieve. You wouldn't cover for me. You threw me under the bus for polite. You first said I won the debate, and then when you got mad at me, you say polite won the debate to the whole. You threw me under the bus. And then you're supposed to be a science guy. We're science guys regardless. Okay? Keep that in mind. And don't ever throw me under the bus. I'm going to get to you, though, but I'm going to cover for you a little bit. Enqi, you are here to give us the tea. These thousands of people, not thousands, let me say, at a point, this thing hit 1,800 people watching. It went left, right back. It hit 1,800 people. Okay? This was, and this is Taharka, where you fuck. This was your time to shine and your moment to seize the opportunity and have a show that was better or good as yesterday. You know, Taharka, listen to what I'm saying. I love you, bro. I was going to call you today, but since I'm in the mood right now, Taharka, you don't come one day have an NBA playoff game like yesterday and hit 60 points. And then the next day, you come back and only score 13 points. You can't do that. You need to talk to me, bro. I was calling you for a reason. I wish you had answered. I would have redirected something because your views went down at some point. I'm going to tell you when. Just hold on. You were to seize the moment. It's not like you have this many views all that time while you're alive, like yesterday, today. So today was for you to seize the moment and keep this show on track and cracking as good or better than the next one. You were supposed to shine and step out here and grab these viewers and get all these subscriptions. These people didn't want to hear personal beefs. This is what you guys misunderstand. You guys all only think and only focus on this tiny little conscious community. So sometimes you curtail your conversation and your presentation for them. And that might only be 15% of the people who's actually watching. When you do that, you turn people off. Let me tell you why, in case you don't know what's going on right now. This is a mini I say mini. A mini current event that's kind of huge in this conscious community right now. Even outside of it. Cause Polite, unlike all these other niggas, is a part of the conscious community and the Hollywood community internationally. So I don't know if you know, those weren't 1800 conscious community people. Those were new subscribers for you. Those were views. Those were people and celebrities and everybody, because the world is watching what's going on Polite. So you had extra views and eyes on you besides the conscious community. So let me let you understand, Taharka. The people that were viewing you today, they wanted that bomb show you had yesterday, and they wanted the meat. They wanted the tea. Now, these people, they don't even know Enqi or Ankh. They know Enqi because he's here and he gave us that good tea yesterday. So they tuned in to see you and Enqi vibe like you did yesterday. These people didn't want to see the petty beef that Enqi and Ankh has had for fucking 12 and 13 years in the same argument. You don't know what that argument was, so let me clarify for you. Enqi was halfway displaying old arguments he had with Ankh that none of you guys were around for, so let me clarify. All this horizontal gene transfer, they've been debating that since forever. Ankh and Enqi has been internal intellectual enemies forever. Forever, Ankh and Enqi has battled intellectually, and it always hasn't been good. So, you cannot, let me just, for the people, this is for the people, not you, Taharka. You cannot believe every word Enqi say about Ankh. They dislike each other. So they will alter the truth and have you thinking something that has not really happened or what it really was. I'm just trying to clarify for the people. This is bigger than you three niggas on the panel. You guys are playing today. I'm a little bothered, but I thank you for the show, and I don't want to discourage Enqi, so I'm still going to give you a reprieve, but I'm going to give you this warning. Okay? I'm a sign. You're not going to get out here, Enqi, and get to spewing this anti-science rhetoric. I have to defend Ankh on that. Those conversations that you was having with Ngozi and Ankh and all that back in the day, these niggas wasn't around. I was there. I was a part of every one of them looking. Even the video we paid, I was on that panel. I'm going to keep the peace, but I just want to let you know, don't play with me. Now, Ngozi and Ankh and all that, when you start breaking out horizontal gene transfer and all that, now, you're not going to tell the audience the real story. No one's here to debate. So I don't even know why we had that conversation. Because Ngozi and other people who... See, when you talk about Amon-Ra Scott and Ankh, sometimes in science, especially in those days, Ankh deferred to people like Ngozi and everybody else who knew that subject better than he did. So do you want to bring that beef back up with Ngozi, or do you want to bring it back up with Ankh? Or whoever you were really engaged in the science with besides Ankh? Because I clearly remember they were spanking your ass on that topic. Now, I don't know the topic, so I don't get out here like y'all. You guys act like you guys are jack of all trades. You know everything. Y'all think you're Egyptologists, you nutrition experts, you archaeology experts, you anthropology experts, you fucking biology experts. You guys are experts in the motherfucking 100 fields. I don't do that shit like y'all. Okay? So I want to stop this game y'all playing and clarify for the people. Okay? All I remember is the science squad, which Ankh was on, was beating your ass on a lot of those topics when you was talking about horizontal gene transfer. I can't debate that with you because that's not my lane, and I will never, when I'm in public, get to running off on field disciplines that I'm not well read on. I don't do that in public. You guys do that shit. And a real biologist and a real anthropologist will come on here, and an evolution person will come on here and eat all y'all asses up, and all y'all fucking wrong if you want to be real about it. Okay, so you're not gonna be coming out here today with your anti-vaxxer and fucking sentiments you threw all out today. We're not gonna do that. Stick to your motherfucking script, Enqi. We know you've been pseudo as hell forever. Don't start. You see what's on your background, right? Dr. Sebi, who's that? Dr. Sebi is God? You guys see his background? Don't play me, Enqi. Don't get me started, Enqi. God damn, this is a serious time. Sebi's God, and he's patching the torch to you. Now you want to tell everybody you can cure it? Don't get me started, Enqi. Stick to your script. And let me tell y'all out here, no, Taharka Bay. Don't get your motherfucking image sullied. You guys will never join no team. Don't do it, Taharka. If you want your brand to be legit for in the long run, don't you do it. I also heard you, Taharka. I'm saying this as a brother to you, Taharka, because we've been on a good vibe lately. We're going to hang out in Miami and be in court. Let me tell you, don't be having no Hassan Kassambo on your show. I heard you talking about Hassan Campbell. Don't start doing this. You can't get on polite for being a fraud and a molester and all this shit, and then fuck around and fuck with other frauds and molesters. Or niggas who might be potentially molesters like Hassan. You'll be here buddy with Hassan, and 6 years later, you'll be looking like Saneter. You better leave Hassan the fuck alone. I got a big brother right now on all y'all. Taharka, I'm older than all y'all except Ankh. I don't know how old Enqi is, because you act like you just so up honest and talking about nobody knows these people's real names. We don't know your real name, Minister Enqi. Don't get me started, Enqi. I heard you say Minister Enqi is your real name. I'm not even going to tackle that. Don't get me started in playing with you. Somebody asked, are you a real doctor? Don't get me started, Enqi. All you had to say is, quickly, don't play the mind. You stick to your motherfucking script, Enqi, and give us the tea. Don't have me go in. Enqi, I'm trying to call a truce. Don't start this fuckery with this You're not going to be up on this motherfucking stage spreading no anti-science fuckery. Now, I'm going to get to Ankh. You said the show was funny and entertaining, but it got a lot off track. But when Ankh came on the line, I'm watching these views drop. Let me tell you why. Because when Ankh came on the line, it got messy. I wish you would never let Ankh on the stream, Taharka. Every show Ankh comes on, he destroys it. Because he will cut you off. He will talk over people. Enqi was about to say some points, and here Ankh about to cut him off, and then he distract Enqi. I know Ankh's game. I know Enqi's game. Y'all are playing mind games today. Let me correct this for the people. It's not your fault, Taharka. You didn't know they had this old argument that he tried to resurface. It's not your fault, Taharka. I'm just really mad. I need Enqi to stick to the script. For giving us the tea, we not going to go in on you. That's the deal, nigga. That's the deal on the table. And you don't think if I can control that deal, try me. I'm not playing with you niggas right now. You niggas have done enough. Don't put no Mr. Good Man hat on right now yet. Don't play with me, Enqi. Enqi, You are the most implicated nigga with polite. Don't play with me, Enqi. Give us the tea. Be a good little boy. In exchange, we're going to give you a break and we're going to say thank you, Enqi. At least you got honest, because I respect honesty. I respect when a man comes out here and get honest. Just like yesterday, you was telling everybody to get honest. Everybody needs to come out, stick to the script. I don't want to hear about you talking no science, because you don't talk science. You are of the Seb. You are a child of Sebi. You are under the line of polite, yada, KT arts degree. Dr. Ali Muhammad, you guys are all of the same line. You guys are the military minions for Dr. Sebi. Don't get me started, nigga. You're not a science guy. Let me tell you the difference. If you have Amin Ra Squad here, and you have Minister Enqi, the truth, let me just tell you, I'm a rep for Amin Ra Squad right now. They would never rep for me. If you want the truth, Amin Ra Squad gonna give you the truth. Now, what you did, Enqi, is you went back at a time when we were, and you know it, we had just began to get into science, really. At that time when we were having those arguments. So it's disingenuous of you to bring a 10, 12, I don't know how long ago it was, let's just say 10, to bring a 10-year-old argument into the picture when we, all of us, were not as scientifically literate as that we are today. So for you to bring that old argument into the picture today, as if we even, any of us, think the same way we thought 10 years ago about science, is kind of disingenuous. The people didn't know that, so let me just let you guys know. Okay? So I'm not gonna like if you pull up some shit that I have on YouTube from 10 years ago when I was talking about the Moors, 10 years ago when I was talking about the Moors, I was wrong on a lot of points. Today I'm not. So it would be disingenuous of you to use an argument of a YouTube video I had 10 years ago and bring that up into a 2000 damn near 22 conversation as if I still think and believe that way I did 10, 12 years ago. That's disingenuous. You did that a little, that's what that was a little bit today, Enqi. Since the people don't know. Okay, now, Enqi, come on, bro. Don't make me do it. I want to give you peace. I want this thing. I want the community. This is for the community. This ain't about y'all in this pony show. You niggas is always on stage trying to seem like the smartest man in the room. This is what it boils down to. From Jump Street back in the day, all these niggas, Pills and Enqi, they've always tried to be the smartest man in the room. And let me get on the mic and I'm going to say something deeper. And then they turn it into a competition. And then it turns into a show and it becomes insincere. It doesn't become about learning. It becomes a competition between a bunch of niggas with egos. You get what I'm saying? We're not going to do that right now. I'm Big Brother right now. And I'm directing all this motherfucking shit. I'm telling you, we're not doing no fake narratives. We're not playing no roles. We're not bringing up no... Stop this shit. Now, Enqi, look here. Now, you are right a lot about... This is the analogy I'm in. Say Amin Ra Squad and Enqi is talking about science. The truth will come from Amin Ra Squad. Although the articulation of the truth may not seem as good as Enqi's. Enqi is a better speaker, but Enqi is a pseudoscience guy. He's not a science guy. Don't let him fool you. Pseudoscience, the word pseudo means false. It means false science. It's just a word they use in the science community, the conscious community adopted, and we overuse it. But Enqi's teachings are under the umbrella of pseudoscience. All that alternative healing. Fuck the medical association. Fuck them doctors, them MDs, them people who are about real science. Enqi is a pseudoscience guy. Alternative medicine. Aruba Veda. and shit. Take these herbs and shit. We said, you know, we not drawing no blood. We gonna heal you, and we got. That's the kind of thing. So let's not play, Sebi. So people who are about pseudoscience, and I'm gonna give you an example. Enqi has been good enough because he's been in so many arguments. He knows how to sound sciencey. So people who kick pseudoscience, they're good with sciencey sounding words and things. They're slick with them. But it may not be in line universally with the science, with science teaches. It just sounds good. That's what Enqi is. Let me make this clear. Don't flip this shit in Enqi. You stick to the script. Enqi is slick. Now, here we go. Jahai Issa comes on. You know the big dude with the blurry picture? Nigga, be a little more professional than that, Jahai. Didn't you unfriend me on Facebook? Okay? I never trusted you. But guess what? I respected you because you have a PhD for real. And honors for that. That's a good thing. We need more PhDs. Okay? But you came into the community, and I don't know you, and I didn't know you, but I seen when you came on the scene. I said, oh, here go a big doctor. Now here where it come when Ankh come in. Jahid came on because he don't like Ankh. And since Enqi is banging on Ankh, he think he trot his ass up over here and help Enqi bang on Ankh. And you jump into Enqi's narratives of some shit because you dislike Ankh. You told the truth. Ankh insulted you. Yeah, this is how Ankh is. And this is why I get on Ankh's ass. See, Ankh see you. Let me just say about you. You know who you reminded me of when you came in? Let me see. Can somebody type something? I can't even see these. How do I see the comments? Let me see. Live chat. Is that what I do? Okay, there we go. Somebody tell me the name of that man who from North Patterson, he used to teach Christianity and Egyptology, but he used to be a former pastor and he was a cop. Ray Hagins. Ray Hagins. Jihad, you see, let me just be real with you and honest. We never had no talk. But that's who you reminded me of when you came into the community. Ray Hagins. Because you are still a lightweight Christian. I know you, bro. I've read you. You're like a lightweight Christian, but then you try to cater to the conscious crowd. But you were like one of them big neck Southern Baptist niggas. Like one of them preacher kids type niggas. Why don't you clean your screen off so we can see you? I thought you was a PhD. Be more professional than that. Don't come on the screen like that hiding your face. Okay? So to me, you were like a Ray Hagins. And you came into community with a degree thinking you were above everybody. Okay? Now, granted, you talk some good information. And it was real. You're not, but you're a gullible dude. I'm going to get to that. You shouldn't have brought your ass on the string. You came into the community like a Ray Hagins, but and you're connected, but it's not like you just had a church. But that's what you reminded me of. A motherfucker who's a lightweight Christian. I don't mean no disrespect, excuse me. A dude who's a lightweight Christian trying to captivate conscious crowd people, talking history and stuff, and you talk some good history, trying to captivate us and be above us and be like a Ray Hagins and eventually do something. So when you come on here and say, hey, I had to back up off them, it just got messy. You knew it was messy. You indulged in the mess. You was in the muck and mire, okay? It just didn't work out for you. You couldn't captivate the people. You didn't have that swag like that. So let me tell you about yourself. That's what happened to you. That's why you backed off. You didn't have swag enough to take over nothing and get no clout in the conscious community. Even with a PhD. But granted this, you was more right than most people, bro. I'm glad you got a PhD because I support professionals. And I think you wrote some books or something. You know what I mean? But don't come here hustling us, nigga. I'm older than you. I'm all y'all big brothers. I'm little brother in y'all today. PhD or not. This Chief X. I don't make no money off y'all. I'm not like Enqi. I got to be connected. Enqi's always been connected to some alternative health people. Him and Ali Muhammad was once buddy. Him and Polite, buddy. The Pills, buddy. KT the Arch degree, they buddies now. All these guys are everyone I've made an exposed video on. So don't revamp me and don't make me revisit that. I don't want to do that right now. The time is serious. Stick to the script, Enqi, and give us the tea. All these 18,000, when Ankh came on, the views went down because the viewers who were viewing it didn't know Ankh like that. They were interested in the dynamics of Polite's life, how he did it, why, what do you think about this? I wanted to ask the question to you, Enqi, and I hope you answer it tomorrow. This is a question that's always been on my mind. See, let me tell you how serious I am. I keep telling people I worked at Edelman's Children's Court for 2 years as a dependency court for child abuse. I'm not just on here talking and running my mouth like you guys. I'm a little more serious. I have a little more sensitivity about this issue than you guys do. Way more, trust me. This shit hits home for me more than y'all, so I'm taking it more serious than y'all. No fake narratives right now, okay? So look, I forgot my damn point. Y'all got me a little mad, but I'm trying to be cool. So, here I was gonna go. So, where Ankh comes in at, and Ankh did insult him, but Ankh, and this is the problem I keep telling him, he's overbearing all the time. I know Ankh better than anybody listening to me. Enqi knows I go back with Ankh. Ankh has always been overbearing. He overtalks everyone, and he has to be the loudest one in the room. His point has to be over everybody's. He will overtalk you. It doesn't matter who it is all the time because he has to be the smartest in the room. This is Ankh. Now, Ankh is not a dummy, so I'm not going to let that narrative go, but I'm going to get to that. Ankh is smarter than most of these people in the conscious community. Ankh would never stick up for me like this, people, and you know it. But let me just do this because I'm just a little bothered and I want to be real with people. So people don't have no wrong ideas. Ankh's information is more correct than 95% of the people in the conscious community. Believe that. Whether he stumble on a word or whatever he do, his intention is to try to teach the truth. Now, his character is another issue. You can't bring up videos. You're bringing up videos sometimes, Enqi, when Ankh misspoke. I have so many videos of me when I misspoke. I meant this word when and I can't take it back. They're on video. You can't do that, Enqi. If you're being sincere, you're giving the people a wrong impression. And I knew it. I said, I hope you don't get off track. Enqi, listen here, people, if you don't know. Enqi is a lecturing master. He comes prepared with the plan in his mind all the time. It's been this way for years. Let me tell you guys, since you guys don't understand. When this premiered today, Enqi has a plan in his mind all the time. Enqi is brilliant. I will give you that. But you're sneakily brilliant. You're wickedly brilliant, Enqi. You have a plan and it's set. When Enqi comes to a stream or for a discussion, he comes with a plan and an angle, and he knows what he was going to do. He knew he was going to rip Ankh up, make everybody laugh and embarrass him. Now, Ankh do need some embarrassing, but let me get to him in a minute. I just want to give you Enqi's game. And you succeeded in that, Enqi. That shit was funny. Funny as fuck. I don't laugh at that shit. I'm in my seat like this. Laughing my ass off. But let me get back serious because it's a bigger picture. Let me just end this. Let me just say what I really want to say. Let me just say it, babe. So, Ankh, when he sees somebody like Issa, the guy who came on, the doctor who got the PhD, Ankh's the type of person, when he sees a guy with a PhD, I'm telling you how Ankh is. I'm not just trying to play with him. Listen, I'm trying to be real right now. Ankh's the kind of guy who sees the PhD, and then you might have two people talking to the PhD. So Ankh feels it's his chance to shine and show everybody he's the smartest one in the room. that he can beat everybody in the world in a debate. I'm the great Ankh. You're not the great Ankh, but I'm just telling you Ankh's mind state. Ankh is the kind of guy say, get out the way, two little minions. Let me take care of this PhD. I'm Ankh. Who are you? Well, you think you smart? Good. Let me show you I'm smarter than you. And he gets into these macho competitions. That's why the guy said Ankh insulted him. If you guys didn't know. This is the background behind some of this stuff. Okay? I just want to clarify so you guys understand. Jaheed hopped on because he disliked his Ankh. Ankh never liked him. They never liked each other. That's the backstory. Okay? So he didn't come on to co-sign something, playing his role. You know what, Enqi? Yeah. You know, Enqi? This was game. Straight cap. Because Enqi is of the line of the conspiracy guys. Enqi's down with the Phil Valentines and the Bobby Hemmets and shit. These are his teachers. Sebby's, the Phil Valentines, the Bobby Hemmets, the spooky, the conspiracy theory. So when Enqi talks and argues, let me just give you into the mind of these kind of guys. And I'm going to back up off you, Enqi. But I got to let the people know how you do. So what Enqi does, he argues in a fashion of conspiracy to spook you out and turn you off against someone. He's CIA. Watching. Spooky. And he does this. So I can't let this shit slide, y'all. Look here, let me be real with you. If you guys need clarification anytime until this trial ends, I know all these niggas' history. I know all their mind games. I know all their beefs, who got beefs. I will clarify it for you. Call me on your panel. Okay? Now look. So, I forgot my damn point again. It was a good one too. Damn, it was a good damn point. So anyway, so these guys have been mortal intellectual enemies. I mean, these niggas ain't gonna throw no blows. We old niggas. These niggas is not gonna throw no blows. They want to talk shit. See, Enqi pumps himself up. Don't come up here promoting yourself, Enqi. This ain't promotion time. This is time for you to stay in your lane. Don't come up here like yesterday talking about, I'm sponsoring this event. I seen your video and I'm sponsoring this event. See, I'm smarter than these people you're talking to, so stop playing with me. You're giving them you list your video, I'm investing in the community and shit. So you got people thinking he's investor and he's sponsoring, he put on this event. Don't do that, Enqi. Don't do that with me. I'm the real businessman. I'm the real hustler of the game. I've had the credential. I know I do real business. So I know these words when people say sponsorship and what that means. That just means you gave them a little money so you can advertise whatever your business is. So you help sponsor and they call you a sponsor. Whoopee. Stop playing. Don't make me do you, Enqi. Okay? You don't have to come on here and grandiose yourself and make people think, you're wearing a backpack at Detroit Summerfest. Detroit Summerfest. You know what I say about backpack niggas? I don't play with me. Like, when you see Rob Bourne, since he want to talk shit, let me just say something, give you a shot. Rob Bourne, when you see Rob Bourne, he has a big backpack on all the time. People, when you see, let me just give you some psychology. When you see people with a big backpack, that means they're on the bus and they don't have a car, usually. I'm not making that claim on you, Enqi. But just so you guys know, because Rob Bourne's a hobo. He's here and there. He don't have a car. He's on a bus. He just rides around. He's a broke nigga. Ain't got no job and shit like this. Don't shoot no shots at me again, Rob Bourne. I'll call the dogs off. So, when you see niggas with big bags. So, if a nigga got a car, transportation, he'll usually have a little bag to carry his little stuff in or something. But when you see big backpacks, the nigga's on the bus. And he's wandering here, there, and there. Okay? So let's not get ugly. I don't want to do no exposing at this time. I don't want to do that. Don't force my hand. Okay? Now, that's why Ankh had the beef with Jihad. Ankh's too overboard. I be really wanting to tell the pseudo killers, you really need to shake Ankh. And you guys do your own thing. Ankh's reputation is soiled. I've been wanting to say this, but I haven't. But just let me say it now because I don't give a fuck. Ankh's reputation is soiled. Although he may mean well, he doesn't have the character. Okay? His vibe is that people aren't drawn to his vibe. So he's known because he's forced himself on the community. You can't help but know Ankh. He's forced. But he doesn't have that vibe that will make you guys thrive. Okay? So like, I'm trying to tell you, this is how you understand. I've been in this conscious community a while since YouTube started. Conscious community dudes, unless you're like Saneter, you will only see them stuck between a certain amount of subscriptions. It will be between 0 and 4,000 or 5,000 subscriptions, right? And they will never move. They've never moved. Some people stay at 2,000 forever because you've only attracted a certain segment of the conscious community. The conscious community is so small. You haven't ventured outside of it, so you will never get any more. You will only get pseudo killers. Let me let you know. Only thing you will get is Ankh's friends. And you will be stuck at 2,000 and under forever. You will never grow. You guys need to go on your own and get away from Ankh. Ankh needs to build his own brand, which was Real Black Atheist. But Ankh never can do nothing alone, so he involves everybody. When Ankh fights, he has to call his team all the time. He wouldn't let me get at Asar. He has to bring a team in. So he has to jump on team with Saneter. He can't just stand on his own on a single. Your brand is Real Black Atheist. Are you giving up on it? Let these kids do the thing. See, Ankh is overbearing. Let me show you how he's overbearing. Ankh has to be everything. Ankh is Amun-Ra Squad. He's pseudo killers. He's Maasai warrior clan. He's Magi warriors. Seshu Meterneter. Now he wants to join with Saneter, which he always wanted to do. Hey, Saneter, polite out the way. Now he wants to join some shit with Saneter, some Sasquatch. He's doing too much and always have. That's why I keep saying, sit down, Ankh, and relax. You doing too much. Every time Saneter come live, here come Ankh. Oh, what's up? Jumping in the conversation. You know what happened today? Let me tell you what happened today. Yesterday. No, let me tell you what happened today when Ankh came on Saneter's. You know what that was about? Let me give you game since you don't know. Since I know Ankh and I know Ankh head at. Ankh is on the side of the defense for polite. Let's make that clear. So is Saneter. Okay? Saneter and polite are... I'm not even going to go there. Saneter, Ankh, and Garfield. That's why Garfield's today said, hey, yeah, me, you, Ankh. Me, you, Ankh. The go along, get along gang. Let me paint the picture. They're all supporting and backing Saneter. They're on team defense. They're all hoping. Saneter, I had your back in the times of hard. You owe me. Saneter will cuss Ankh out like he's have over the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years viciously and not give a fuck about him or his children. But they play this role like I can't do this because he has children and I met their children. These niggas is full of shit. You knew Polite's children and you cussed Polite's ass out. You didn't give a fuck about his children then. Don't let these niggas play this. I'm the children. They've nutted up on everybody and everybody got children. Game, that's cap. So look, Ankh wants to pair every. Ankh is 7, 8 different groups. That is Ankh. A new one start, he's that. So he tries to have control over everybody in the Amun-Ra Squad. over everybody in the Maserati. He's the leader of all the pseudo killers. He's the leader of everybody. He can't sit the fuck down. He's overbearing. So he puts his foot in his mouth on a regular basis. I've been telling Ankh this forever. I even gave Ankh advice on how to grow his brand. He didn't care. All he wanted to do is debate and argue with people who have mental health problems. That's why I always say, Ankh will debate you if you have Down syndrome. Ankh wanna debate you. He don't give a fuck. You can be retarded, cockeyed, whatever. If you want to debate, Ankh will sit there and entertain you for hours. That's why it's all garbling and arguing all the time, and these niggas have never grown. It's a lot of wasted time. I give Ankh credit for helping out with scientific literacy. It's not, people stop saying Ankh brought science. No, he didn't. It was a compilation of all of us began to get into scientific things, okay? But it started with people talking about DNA. And Ngozi kind of led those discussions and stuff, and we weren't as scientific literate. But we all became to be science. But what I'm saying is Enqi brought up old arguments for a 2021 discussion, which was disingenuous. And he was trying to slight Ankh. But Ankh deserves all the vitriol he's get. But Enqi is right. Let's talk about this reading. I'm not going to lie on nobody, even if I'm banging on him. Enqi is right. And let me just tell you the truth from my perspective. Because I've known Ankh forever and what I think about this reading issue. Because this shit is going to go on and go on and go on. But Chief S is going to give you the best explanation. Take my explanation and leave it alone. Okay? Ankh has never been able to read good. It just is what it is. I just don't know why niggas just don't be real. Then they're not caught up in all this shit. Just say you're not good at something and keep it real. Okay? It's okay. God damn, y'all be fronting so much. We don't know your real name, Enqi. I mean, y'all, everybody's so fake. Everybody knows my real name. My real name is Xavier Shelton. My nickname is Chief X. This is my business. This is my job. I don't know why you guys just can't be real. That's why nobody trusts none of y'all, including Ankh. You guys just can't be real. Ankh just can't come out here and say, you know what? I get disability. God damn it, Ankh, just say I get disability. Who gives a fuck? Shut it down. Just be real with people. Ankh, say I get disability, and sometimes I'm not positive of this, but this is just from what I know and what I think. I'm just throwing this out there. I could be wrong. Ankh gets disability because he has a bad hip. You guys know Ankh has a bad hip. So he gets his money from disability, and I think he has a little side hustle where he may clean up at some place at night and take the trash out or whatever and get a little extra side money to mint with his disability and his bad hip. That's what I believe, okay? So what Enqi does, since he's a conspiracy theorist kind of guy, he's an anti-vaxxer, they're trying to kill you, scare you, fear. That's what kind of guy Enqi is. So Enqi argues in the line of conspiracy. So he tells you, listen to the wording, because you guys aren't smart and can't pick up. He said Ankh is military. When someone says Ankh is military, in people's mind, they'd be like, ooh, 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 ooh. Stupid as fuck, okay? Now, let me tell you the difference. That's word games that Enqi and them are sophisticated with to make you think spooky, CIA. The proper wording, when people are not playing mind games with you gullible cult members, let me just keep this real. The proper word is, were you in the military? You see how that sounds? When you say, were you in the military? That's different than saying you're military. Spooky, 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 spooky. I was in the military. I was in the Navy. I did 2.5 years. And is that something bad? So everybody listening to me has family members who are in the military. You don't refer to your family members as your military. I mean, it's just the way these people put words and play mind games with you. Stop that, Enqi. Stick to your script. I know you. Okay? Ankh used to be in the military and the Marines. Just like a bunch of us have. Whoopee wow. Is that a bad thing? What do you mean? You niggas didn't have no goddamn jobs. So I know Ankh. So then you try to tie in. Let me educate you guys. That Ankh gets a check. Like he gets a government check and he's military and he comes here to put dissatisfaction. He does do some kind of dissatisfaction thing, but it's not in the context that he's saying. The context of Ankh's distraction, since you guys didn't catch it, is since Ankh is team defense for Polite, wait, gang, we might get him back. This is the mindset. Wait, we might get him back. And then we may get close to Mayweather along with Polite. This is the mindset of people, right? So, so he's team defense. So when Enqi comes on yesterday and dropped heavy bomb, we thank you again, Enqi. That shit, you opened up a whirlwind yesterday, Enqi. Thank you for that. So when Enqi does all that, most of you guys didn't watch the whole entire 3 hours. So you may not understand how much information he dropped. You niggas watch 20 minutes of a video and click off. I know you. Analytics say the average person watched about 20 minutes. About 20%. So you guys did not see the video. So let me help you out since I'm more thorough than you. I watched the whole video and it was fire yesterday, right? So what Ankh did, he knew that video made Saneter look bad. If you get a chance to watch the entire 3 hours and listen without walking around, running to the back, and you've missed a lot of stuff if you don't understand. That made Saneter look bad. And once you finish listening to Enqi yesterday, without a shadow of doubt, you would say, but Polite is dirty and a fucking dirty molester for sure. It left no doubt in your mind the way Enqi was breaking it down. And the photos and the videos that they were showing. They showed this old video of what Rentet walking up behind Polite and he hugging her and they walk. It made Ankh and Saneter look bad. So what Ankh came to do, plus he said Ankh can't read, so Ankh was mad. So what Ankh came to do was his distraction was to discredit Enqi. That's why he calls in and hits Saneter going at Enqi. Because he's team defense. He wants to discredit Enqi so Saneter won't look so damaging. You guys are not watching the game. Let me tell you the game. I know these niggas. So once again, Ankh came in defending Polite. That's what that was today. Forget that he said, got on Enqi and cussed Enqi out and snitched out on Enqi. What Ankh was doing was protecting Polite. Still, by trying to discredit Enqi. That's how Ankh runs his distraction and keeps chaos going. Because Ankh has an agenda to stay in tune, number one man with Saneter. And he's, for years, Ankh's had to fight against people who were better than him and had more swag. All these newbies in here, young Pharaoh, Polite, certain different Hebrews, different people, they took off and had more swag. Even though they're wrong, they had more swag than Ankh. And people took to them better, even though Ankh's right. But Ankh for years had been trying to fight for that number one spot on Saneter TVs. That's what Ankh was doing when he called in. Saneter cussed Ankh out. Y'all remember about what, 7-8 months ago? Bad. Basically called Ankh all kind of motherfucking names. And embarrassed Ankh more than I've seen him ever do it. Y'all remember that 8 months ago? You guys got short memories? And Ankh whimpered up. Didn't never go back at Saneter. Because if Ankh had kept it going and get back at Saneter like he do everybody else, it would have got worse and Saneter would have not had him on even longer. Saneter put Ankh on punishment. Y'all remember? And Ankh shut his mouth and was a good boy, waiting for his turn to get back in front of y'all again and shine and talk and razzle-dazzle with his old ass. Sit down, Ankh. I'm giving you advice. Relax and chill. The day this news broke about Polite, from day one, everyone knows I've been saying, sit down, Ankh, and be quiet and relax. God damn! You can't leave shit alone. You can't let a nigga get a sentence out. You can't let... And I keep talking about people be interrupting him when they argue. On my mama and my children, I swear to God, I interrupts people more than anybody I've seen in my entire life. Ankh ruins discussions. Nobody can talk when Ankh is around. Nobody can express their opinion without cutting them off and distracting them before they can get their word out. Ankh is overbearing. He's always been that way. So me and Ankh's issue is a character issue. And we disagree on Black Egypt. I'll bust his ass on that. And we have beef for character and intent issues. But we don't disagree on scholarship except Egypt. And I don't like his tactics and shit. You're right, Enqi. Ankh don't give a shit about no goddamn Egypt. He's a Hotep hustler. He don't believe in none of that shit. He's trying to hold on because you're right. His clothing is called Abju wear. That's his clothing line. Abju is Abydos. It's an Egyptian city. So he has to hold on to Egypt because his money is tied to it. I've broken this down, okay? So Ankh has character issues and he can't let go of Egypt. Now, if he let go of Egypt, he has nothing else to talk about. So Ankh can't read good. He's improved over the years. 11 years ago, he was more horrible than he is today. He's improved. But here's the thing. Those books and stuff beyond Ankh. Ankh hasn't read those books. Let me be real. Ankh has not read those books all around him. He flips through him. Because what Enqi was trying to tell you, since you guys can't pick it up, now I'm not on Enqi's side, but I'm going to let you know what Enqi's trying to say, okay? If I am a educated person, Enqi used the carpentry or whatever. When you're educated in scientific literacy or on a particular subject, there's certain words. Enqi didn't explain it right. Let me explain it so you can understand. There's certain words that you come across all the time. You never fail when you come across those regular words that you come across all the time in that field. So there's never a time for you to stumble over it when that's your field and you read immunology all the time. Immune system. You know what I mean? If this is your field, that means you're reading these certain words all the time. It's like clockwork. You don't fail one time and then get it the next time, fail this time and get it the next time. That's what Enqi's trying to say. So Ankh doesn't really read all those books. What Ankh does is what he did when Enqi was showing you. When he said, skip, let's get to the summary, that's what Ankh does because he cannot pronounce certain words. I don't know his educational background, but I know this because I've been following Ankh since before all of you. Okay? But if he does read, the books that he does read, he doesn't comprehend. because he bases his information off the knowledge he's gotten from watching videos, and he remembers that. So you watch enough YouTube videos on a certain subject and watch scholars, you memorize and understand this thing. But when he reads, actually reads, he'll breeze through it. So if I'm gonna read like this, the numerous tribes inhabiting the vast continent of Africa can no more be regarded as in every aspect equal than the numerous. As I'm reading, I may skip a word that I don't understand. So Ankh may read this, skip, drop, skip. So he's breathing through it, but not comprehending it. So he picks up. I used to work with kids in school. I'm just trying to, in a simple way, I'm trying to tell you. So he'll pick up about 20% as he breathes through it. The rest, he'll add that with what videos he watch. So when Enqi is saying he's not like, I'm teaching scientific literacy and shit, he's not really scientifically literate as far as understanding the words when he reads them. I don't know what kind of blockage that is, but he's never been a good reader, and he hasn't read all the books, in my opinion. He's breezed through them, and then he'll combine it with video knowledge. You know what I mean? So when also when Ankh says I'm a science advocate, that's a wrong phrase. I just want to correct it. I never correct it. I've let it slide. Like if I'm a science advocate, look up the definition. You don't have to believe me. But Ankh doesn't know the definition. Let me help him out today. If I'm a science advocate, I'm advocating science, or I'm advocating funding for science to politicians. We need funding for this project. We need funding to learn more about this. Can you give us funding for this? Because we might make a trip to the moon and we didn't, you know what I mean? So I'm a science advocate. I'm advocating to politicians or to different organizations for something or for some benefit for a science project. You get what I'm saying? That's what a science advocacy is. But I don't know that, so he says it repeatedly. I'm just trying to clear up some things. I'm sorry, Ankh. I know you didn't know that. I just wanted to correct you. I was going to correct you one day. Okay? So, that's that. That's what Enqi means. So, Ankh's not a good reader. I doubt if he's read all those books. He's breezed through a lot of them and put together with memory, you know what I mean? But he struggles. But he doesn't comprehend everything because sometimes he doesn't take the... It would take him... For example, it would take him months to get through a book if he actually pronounced out every word and syllable. It would take him a long time. Put it that way. But he can read through it if he just slow it down. Okay? Yeah, so what Enqi did was try to fearmonger you. So Ankh, like me, I was in the Navy. I did 2.5 years. I don't clown people. Like people on the chat, this is a game to people. They got to talk about crack and shit, and everybody's making crack jokes and shit. People are not serious. You can't pay people. When you make fun of somebody who had a drug addiction, it's like making fun of somebody who was raped. It's just when people tell you, look, I had this problem back in the day, and this is the issue I went through, and I'm telling you this. You don't turn around and use that against them. I've always thought that was evil. So you didn't see me joining in that shit y'all was doing in the chat because I'm a mature man. Like, a woman can't tell a story of how she was raped, and then people use that story against her in the future when she was simply sharing her life and trying to help someone else who may have had a problem. So like when I share that I used to be on drugs and I got off in 1992 and went through a program, I'm saying that to help humanity. I'm saying that to give other persons help who may have had a drug addiction. Because I used to speak at drug meetings, NA meetings and AA meetings and shit, and I give people hope and tell them my story and how I got clean. So I share for others. So people do inbox me and ask me advice and all kind of shit if you guys didn't know. So you don't tease people for problems, serious problems that they had back in the time. You guys wasn't around in the late 80s and 90s when Rick Ross was around and every other homeboy in the hood was smoking crack or not smoking crack, excuse me. When every other homeboy you had was selling coke or experimenting, smoking primos, and 60% of us around the late 80s and 90s got swept up in that shit. That's what happened. You shouldn't tease people for that. You're teasing people for something they did to our neighborhoods. You know what I mean? Relax. Y'all be immature sometimes, okay? So Ankh like me, but Ankh can't keep it real like I do. Like, watch this. This is how I do it. But Ankh can't do this. That's why people still have questions. Yeah, I was in the Navy for 2.5 years. I went all overseas to every Asian country. I went to Japan, Korea, Hong Kong, Tokyo, which I did. I'm not just saying this. Philippines, Thailand. I've been all over there. Had girlfriends in the Philippines. I probably got some kids in the Philippines. Went to Korea and all the freak shows. Done all that shit. Everywhere in Asia I've been. Not just Africa. So, but after 2.5 years, I started partying, we was drinking and shit, and I started getting high and experimenting and shit, and I popped positive for the marijuana test. My urine analysis had cocaine and marijuana in it. They said, you want to do 45 days restriction to the ship, 45 days loss of money, and these are your stipulations. We're taking some of your rank. They was kind of strict in them days. Or you want to get out. I said, I'm getting out. I went back with the homies. Right? But I did at least 2 years, 24 months. I did 2.5 years and they put me out. So Ankh like me doesn't have an honorable discharge. I don't have a dishonorable. I don't know what Ankh got. Ankh doesn't talk about it. People are not real and honest like I am. Watch this. This is how you be honest, Ankh. I have an other than honorable discharge, which means it's not a bad conduct or a dishonorable conduct. It's other than honorable. You got out for a reason. I wasn't a bad conduct motherfucker. I was a good worker and done my shit. I motherfucking got high. They put me out and got restricted. So I got an other than honorable, meaning Ankh, like me, we don't get any military benefits. We didn't get that honorable discharge. So no, Ankh doesn't get a check from the military. He's not an honorable discharged veteran. So Enqi spun this on you guys unnecessarily. That's why I say this is games. You know what I mean? Y'all playing games. Let's get real, Enqi. You stick to the motherfucking T. Ankh don't get a disability check because he's not a full-time veteran. Now, I get partial veterans benefits. Like right now, this another nigga being real. I get low income on my housing right here. Because years ago, Obama gave so much money to California because California had the highest homeless veterans population. So to qualify for this benefit, you had to do at least 24 months. Well, hell, I did 2.5 years. I qualified. I said, for real? They said, you can get some low income. How to get it? I said, what? They just gave it to me. I said, what? I took the goddamn benefit. Give me my reparations. So I'd pay a low rent. Man, what's that? So I'm a partial veteran. I got some veteran housing right now. You know what I mean? So, but I don't get full medical benefits. So I don't get a military check from an injury. I don't know. He might have hurt his hip in the military, but people aren't open and tell you this so they can clear shit up. Niggas are fake. And I'm the only real one. You know what I'm saying? So people all around playing mind games because nobody is real. What's your real name, Enqi? My name is Xavier Shelton. Look me up. Since you want to bring up on this stream, people don't tell you their real names and shit like that. I think his name is something West. I don't know. I don't know, but it's not much. But I'm just saying, y'all up here playing. And we want the tea. All them people came here to find out what's going on with polite situation. They didn't care about Enqi and Ankh's personal beef. That's why the views went down. That's why I was calling you, Taharka. Because you didn't seize your opportunity. You let the show get a little silly at points. And when it gets silly, outsiders outside of the conscious community be like, these niggas is ignorant. Because they don't know nothing about your petty beefs and this history and shit. You guys focus on the conscious community too much instead of the wider audience. You got to seize these subscriptions, Taharka. I would have gave you game. Now, I told people I'm about to become a YouTuber. I'm not now. But when I become a YouTuber, I'll show you the blueprint on how to grow viewers. Once you guys get to bickering and arguing and all that shit, you adding too many people on the panel and it is convoluted. Those who are not in your clique and know your history are watching y'all like, what are they talking about? You have to understand that when you have the most views you got at one time ever, Taharka Bey. For you to get into a small little clique's personal beefs and our little history and what we know between each other and all this shit, we are like, well, you did a show for 1% of the population that was watching you. Do you get what I'm saying? So you missed out on a lot of people. A lot of people were like, I came on, y'all was arguing a little bit, and I watched the views drop. Then you went to 1,500 because of that bickering. Now, if you had stayed on that heat you was on yesterday, your viewership would have built. You would have been at 2,000. Niggas would have been like, damn, sharing it. Damn, I'm going to share this. More views. Niggas share shit on Twitter. Niggas share shit here. Damn. But you guys didn't say on heat. You went from a 60-point game to a 13-point game the next day. Is what I'm saying, bro. That's just as a brother to you, giving you my honest opinion. Today's show was nothing like yesterday. I just came on here to clear up game and let you know what kind of game was being played between these three minds. But Taharka didn't understand and didn't have no clue what the intricacies of what was going on between them three men, Jahai, Issa, Ankh, and Enqi. That's what was going on, Taharka. It was over your head tonight. But none of these niggas can fool Chief X. If you want a correct narrative, hit me up. So I'm giving Enqi credit for being right on some stuff and playing little mind games with another. But you know what I mean? It was funny. It was a funny show. At least it was funny. But we didn't come for fucking laughs and giggling and games. And you to add 4, 5 niggas else and are convoluted. We don't know them niggas. All them people didn't want to hear. Them jokes is not funny. Now, when you and Enqi was vibing, just you two, without adding Ankh and everybody else, you were good. And you were on a good path. Once you added Ankh, it went down. And never recovered. Or never added on more. You get what I'm saying, bro? Don't add too much chaos in a show with outside subscribers. You guys got to get out the rut of just focusing on the small, little bitty conscious community crowd. And this is why when people come to the community and like say, for instance, Saneter introduced somebody. Let's just use this scenario. He introduced somebody. And then here they go up, blow up bigger than Saneter and bigger than all of y'all who've been around for fucking forever. Okay? And they blow up because guess what? They're talking about other issues besides Hebrews and Kemet and shit. This is a small crowd you guys are stuck in. Hebrew Egypt. We're sick of that. That's why these channels can't grow. You will only captivate a very small audience, and your subscriptions will always be 3,000 and under. You will never grow like any of these other assholes that get bigger than y'all because you guys don't know the game yet. This is your chance to siege Taharka. And if you see, I called you at least 4 times. I was about to give you sort by my voice, because at the point that your views start going down, that's when I called you. That was at the same point where I was like, oh. And I kept saying in the chat, get back on polite. Get back on polite. Nobody else in the chat said that. These are kids. They don't. We want the tea. The adults and all these people who are tuned in want that real tea. We want Enqi to stay on motherfucking script, Enqi. And if you get off script again, Enqi, the next time you get off script again, Enqi, it's not going to be nice. You, nigga, are turning state's evidence, nigga. Stay in your lane, and we will give you a reprieve. That's it. Don't bring up nothing else. Nobody. We want the psychology of polite. and the psychology of the family dynamic. We want to know what you think about little Mayat, Polite's real biological daughter that nobody is talking about. Okay? We want to know, because I've told people this from my experience as a youth counselor and working with kids and working at children's court and shit like this. I've been telling people that I think she's traumatized and has always been traumatized since a little baby, right? I didn't say touched or molested. I don't think so at all. But Mayat has observed things and lived a life under homeschooling, under a bunch of, in a sense, for a child, military behavior ways. Okay? You speak when you're spoken to. She's not very vocal, even at 15. Now, I know 15-year-old kids well. I work with a lot of them. They're verbal. They're more outgoing and shy at 15. Now, I used to give Maya a pass. I'm trying to talk to you as a professional now. All grown folk talk. Let's have grown folk talk for a minute. Because nobody's bringing this up. And I need answers. And this is one answer I really want Enqi to answer. From his experience and observation. He touched on it, but Taharka's not a psychology like me. If I interviewed Enqi, it would be the most powerful interview ever. Taharka, consider bringing me on the panel and let me do an interview. We're going to stay on point. I'm going to moderate well, and we're going to get this shit out here, and the community's going to be happy, and we're going to move forward. Consider bringing me on to moderate and or help interview, okay? I need to know, and this is a burning thing in me, that what Enqi thinks about little Mayat, that brilliant little child. Do you think she's traumatized from what she's witnessed? As you say, she's sleeping in room to room to room. She didn't have her own room, and she is the only biological daughter who's supposed to be queen. That's Polite's twin. I have a daughter. Her name is Jessica. I have two daughters, Jasmine and Jessica. Everyone knows Jessica's my twin. We look alike. Okay? So, if I'm in a house full of kids, Jessica, my biological twin, may curry favor with me and get her spot in the room, where she may not have to just waddle around every goddamn room like everybody else who's not your biological child. This is strange to me. I need to know the psychology of this shit, okay? Enqi, what do you feel about little Mayat? Do you think she's viewed or seen too much as she's growing up as a 1-year-old baby? Let's get real for a second, family. As a 1-year-old baby witnessing and looking. I remember watching this child when she had to be about 4 or kicking. I said, this is a brilliant baby, right? So from that age, if she's brilliant, she's been putting the puzzle together and seeing shit, maybe good or bad. You know what I mean? What have you been witnessing? What are the arguments? Have you heard such and such arguing about this? Duh, y'all don't know family life? Duh. Somebody might be arguing about an incident that happened. Has Mayat been listening to different things all her life for 15 years? With her bright, sharp mind and her big eyes that see 2020. You guys haven't thought about this shit? Well, me, I have. Since I've worked in children's services and youth counseling, I'm a little different than you, okay? My interviews will be a little different. You guys will be like, if I interviewed somebody, okay? I need to know, for 15 years, little Mayat has been observing. And I said to myself years ago, that baby's traumatized. That baby is so shy. She's if you talk about shyness on levels from 1 to 10, Mayat would be 9, 10 damn near. That's called extreme. Okay? So what is making her extreme shyness? She may be a genius sitting here, got everybody figured out, and all that little Mayat does is this: observing and taking it all in. What has little Mayat seen? Is she so quiet because she's traumatized from what she's witnessed, what she's heard for 15 long years? That's what I want from you, Inky. You stay on the motherfucking script. I know what I'm doing. 15 young years. You guys don't have children? I got daughters. My daughters is 23 and 25 now. I know about little girls. Let me tell you what girls are doing when they're 15 and 16. Girls, when they're 15 and 16, are on them iPhones, which Little Mayat got the best of the best of. Little Mayat has the best and biggest iPhone. She has the best and biggest laptop, whatever the top of the notch is. Little Mayat has it all to keep her company entertained and informed. Let me break down the psychology to you cult members, okay? Let me help you out. You need me. You need me. That's why I'm going down to Florida. So check this out. At 15 and 16, my daughters kikiing around the house and shit. And this is my yacht. I'm playing out my yacht to you right now. Think of me as little my yacht. Watch. Maybe you didn't think this deep. Little my yacht, brilliant, with her big old iPhone. I love my daddy. She does. Mayat loves her daddy. Little Mayat, let me check and see what my daddy's doing. Look at my daddy's Instagram. I'm witnessing all of this. Let me go to my mama's Instagram. 15-year-olds are always on Instagram. Did you guys not know that? Okay, let me clarify and help you think a little better, okay? Little Mayat, 15-year-old girl who loves Instagram like all other 15-year-olds in the world. Unless you guys think she's retarded and don't know how to look up shit and investigate shit. Are you guys saying this little Mayat is disturbed and she's not smart anymore? Okay, so let's assume she's way brilliant now. Okay, here we go. Little Mayat, let me see what my daddy doing. Oh, there go my daddy. My daddy has a little Mexican girl on a dog chain, and my daddy is humping a Mexican girl on a dog chain. That's disturbing. My daddy is doing something that's disturbing to me. I'm traumatized. Is that how men will treat me? My daddy's showing me an example on how men treat women. Why is my daddy fucking this little Mexican girl in fishnets with a dog chain around her while he's popping bottles and everybody is recording him? Is that how we live and that how adults do? Oh, wow. I'm so smart as little Mayat. I don't think that's what adults supposed to be doing. My daddy look like he's doing something bad. My daddy looks like he's behaving immoral. Oh, there goes my mother, Amanette. Oh, look at my mother, Amanette. She's in the bed with the Mexican-looking lady in fishnets. My mother's a great example. My mother's showing me she's a great example. She's dancing on a pole. I am traumatized, but I can't say nothing. Maybe I just want to say, Mama and Daddy, what are you doing? Why? But I can't say that because I'm used to only speaking when my daddy asks me a question. I'm little Mayat, sitting in my room while my parents are running around town partying. All I have to do is sit up on my pretty bed and be on Instagram and watch my mommy and daddy. Let's see what daddy's doing today. Today, I love my mama, I think. Or I might have resentments against my mama and my daddy. Because human beings have resentments and build up hate. Keep capping for good mamas and daddies, y'all. Keep capping for this great daddy that shows little Mayat that she may meet a man who has no respect for her. This is little Mayat talking. I don't think I ever want to be in a relationship. This doesn't look right. I don't see nobody in my life anywhere in the world. And I'm 15 and I'm smart. I've never seen anybody, parents in the world, ever behave like my parents do. What are we talking about? Do we have your attention? Do I have your attention? You guys want to key and keep playing, or do I have your attention? Well, let me show you 15-year-old little Mayat world. Since it's about the children, right? Let me give you a look into little Mayat's world, since you've never looked into it. I'm little Mayat, and this lady, who I just seen in bed with my mom on Instagram, I see her Instagram page, and the lady that was in the bed with my mama, on this lady's Instagram page, she's with a bunch of butch women freaking on her page. So if my mother's in the bed with another femmes, butch, let me help you today. Mayat's not dumb. Mayat is brilliant. You guys are dumb. Okay? I'm with Mayat. I'm with the child, as always. Little Mayat says, well, damn, mama. You were in bed with this Mexican in that picture 2 weeks ago. Now I see you tagged her name. So I went to the lady's name you tagged, Mom, and she's with a bunch of butch women. What's going on here? Is my mom bisexual? Well, yes, she is, because I've always seen her doing bisexual things in the house. They really, really open around me. I see everything, But I'm kind of traumatized, and I'm scared to talk about it. I don't know what my parents' response will be if I let them know I'm normal. I'm not like you guys. I'm little Mayat, and I'm normal. And what in my 15-year-old mind and from my worldview, what you guys are doing isn't right. But I can't speak on it. I'm just waiting till I'm 18 and on my own. Now, I'm little Mayat. My mama's going to jail. They think only my daddy's going to jail. But I know my mama's going to jail too. Because my mama's the matriarch. She knows everything. She handles all the money. She handles all the scams. She does everything. Her and my daddy has always been doing this. But my mama's actually the ringleader. Okay? People think Polite is the ringleader, but it's really my mama because the black woman is God, right? But everyone thinks it's my dad. But behind the scenes, it's my mama. They'll find out soon because court's coming up and we've been questioned already. Investigators have been sent out because Department of Children Family Services, they send out investigators immediately to talk to all children of people like Polite and Amanette. But the conscious community doesn't know this is going on because they have no idea how children's services work. And when a man is accused of rape and he has children and he's been accused of rape before and he has a house full of children, they don't know it's mandated that immediately a dependency investigator and a social worker comes out, and they have been talking to me numerous of times. The conscious community has no idea, though. They're not that deep. Maybe Chief X knows, because when I watch Chief X be exposing my mama and daddy. I always see Chief X. I remember when my daddy debated Chief X on Saneter TV. Chief X beat my daddy in the debate. And my daddy just did his usual flim-flam. But as I am brilliant Mayat, I seen through the flim-flam. Chief X beat my daddy, and he was probably the only ones who ever beat my daddy in a debate. So I know Chief X because I love my daddy no matter what. I'm going to always put my arms around him because that's all I know. He's bought me everything and spoiled me with everything. That's what my daddy does for me. But my daddy got character issues, but I can't address them. But this social worker is asking me so many questions. They separated me and have questioned me. Yes, and all my place sisters have been questioned already too, but the conscious community doesn't know that. So the conscious community doesn't even know that the Department of Children Family Services has reports from her that they singled out and talked to already. All the children under 18 that's into the care of Amanette and Polite, because we've had previous incidents, okay? And the court, they know this. You know, Miami-Dade is not stupid. They see everything Chief X sees. They know everything Chief X knows. This is little Maya talking in her internal self. Children's Services has took my opinion and asked me a bunch of questions for a few hours. They were nice to me. You know what I mean? They said that's okay. They patted me on the head and they were real nice to me. They talked to all the other kids who were under 18 that was around me. Okay? Department of Children Family Services has been investigating us, and they're all on YouTube laughing and kikiing and don't know it's about to go down. They will be compiling all this shit, and this shit's going to come up, and everyone is going to be really surprised. Because Amanette, my mama's going to be going to jail because she's going to be pit against her daddy in court. Because we're trying to get a conviction here. So we're going to pit Amanette against Polite. Yeah, they're going to pit my parents against each other. They're going to separate them, and they will be questioned too. When discovery goes down, oh, what is discovery? The conscious community doesn't know what discovery is. That's when it gets deep. It hasn't really started. Just preliminary children investigations been going on so far. Oh, I'm little Manat. I'm very quiet because I've been traumatized all my life. I've witnessed what a 15-year-old girl shouldn't have been able to witness all these years. That's why I'm very, very, very extremely quiet and I don't talk until my daddy asks me a question. Or my mama say, hey little Maya, and then I do this, he, but I'm really burning up inside. I'm dying inside. I'm little Maya. My mama's going to jail too. And I may have to be in foster care. Or one of these family members who I really don't want to be with either because they're no good. So I'm going to be in foster care and be in a nice home. And then in 3 years, I will be all on my own. In about 15 years, I will leave notes and write a book on this entire experience of my family, Brother Polite, Amanette, and the polygamous life. In 20 years, Baby Mayat will write a book on her family life. Baby Mayat is going to be interviewed in 5 years when she's an adult. We got 3 more years. Baby Mayat going to be 18. So when my baby Mayat's 21, oh, she will be interviewed and talked to and all kind of more shit will come on out. So we got at least 15 years of dirt coming out after dirt coming out after dirt coming out. Oh, did you guys forget Enqi said that those other 2 little girls in that picture, oh, they will be questioned too, and they know everything. All these children have been separated and questioned, and people are clueless because they don't know how this shit works. I'm baby my aunt, and I'm traumatized because I've been mentally and psychologically abused by 2 horrible parents called Polite and Amanette. All they did was buy me things to keep me happy. And when they was on camera, they showed fake love. But they were always too busy and had their own agenda. They just did that for you guys. They let me sleep in any old kind of rooms when I was all around. I never had my own room all these years. That's why I am so quiet and traumatized. Enqi, let me tell you something, bro. This is Chief X you niggas is playing with. If I tell you I'm a former realtor and I tell you Polite ain't got no property, maybe I have all my realtor friends and brokers I worked for. Maybe they look up shit. Here's an address, here's a name. See if this motherfucker own a house. It's a lot of motherfuckers talk cash shit and don't have a home and never had a home. But I never say that. I told you I worked for Children's Services for 2 years. I still have a couple co-worker friends up in there. These people and the attorney friend that I told you about, that who I told you to do a breakdown of Polite's case, and she did that for me, the one everybody's chopping up and not giving me credit for. This attorney lady, Felicia, Empowered Esquire, some of my social work, they have access to certain systems that we don't. Attorneys have certain access to systems that normal common folk don't, that we got to pay for online to find out this about somebody. You know what I mean? To find out about the case, you got to put this case number in and go through these channels, okay? Stop playing with me, Enqi. You stay your motherfucking ass on the script. And let me tell you what your job is. Give us the tea, and you get a reprieve. Just like they told you. Now you're getting honors. Miami-Dade know what they doing. Stay on motherfucking script and give us the tea. And you're vindicated. And we may give you a pass in the future because you gave us tea and informed us. Stop playing with me. Don't come on another motherfucking Taharka Base show. And Taharka Base, if I call you, you answer my phone. I'm going to tell you when they snoozing you. Don't come up here with your personal issues with you and Ox, bitch ass. Ox, I covered for you today and cleaned up for you today. You would never do that for me, nigga. We back on bad terms, but I just wanted to clean that up because I'm a real honest guy.